town council people, town manager, state dignitaries. I want to thank you all for coming. On our trucks, we say we clean green. And a lot of people say that. But what does it really mean? And I want to say a couple of things. That this facility has always used an eco-friendly solvent, one that's been around for years, and is not perchloroethylene or perc or the things that go along with that solvent. And 10 years ago, we found out that we could dry the clothes a special way once they're cleaned, and then the fumes would not go into the atmosphere. And so we would reduce our carbon footprint of the exhausts of the solvent. And we did that 10 years ago. And then 7 years ago, we introduced a new process called wet cleaning when it came out. And this is dry cleaning goods in water, which is called wet cleaning with different chemicals. And now, so you're not washing, you're greener because you're not using solvent-based stuff, it's water-based stuff. Now, right now, over 50% of all our dry cleanables are actually washed, not dry cleaned. 6 years ago, we were the first in the state to initiate using converter bags. And those are bags that are used to bring in the dirty, and then we reuse them and put them on the outside as a ballet cover and go out, and that has reduced our plastic bag usage by 50%. That's 6 years ago. 2 years ago, we bought and invested over $100,000 in new state-of-the-art dry cleaning machines. Also 2 years ago, we installed the first Zeros washer machine, which is a new technology that uses silicone beads that later on I'll show you. You can see the beads and see what it does. And that Zeros polymer beads, once activated, clean the clothes. And it supposedly was supposed to save 75% of the water over a conventional washing machine. Well, we put it in with the stipulation, with a trial, that said it has to save us the water, and therefore the sewer has to be, it saves on the natural gas that you use to dry it because the clothes are less wet. And it has to be done in the same amount of time and be able to clean all the other garments and all the other things that we clean in our traditional wash machine. That was the goal. What we did was they achieved that from our natural eyes, for looking at it and seeing it and feeling it. But we sent it out to a national association, DLI, which is the Dry Cleaning Laundry Institute, that is the industry specific across the world, based in Maryland. And we did swatches of the different things. And we checked quality, conventional quality with the Zeros. And it came out better than the conventional machines in the same amount of time, but it didn't save 75% of the water, it saved 80% of the water. So, as of the end of this month, in the 2 years that we now have 4 of those machines in here, and you can see them later on, those 4 machines have saved over 2 million gallons in 2 years. Put that in perspective, that's 2,500 gallons a day, 7 days a week. And I'm proud to say that that's an international corporation, Zeros. They were based in New Hampshire, in Manchester, and through the efforts of commerce, they are now coming to Rhode Island, and by the end of this month, they'll be opening their U.S. operations, North American operations, right here in Rhode Island. I'm proud to say that we've used that technology for over 2 years, and it works. And today, we're cutting the ribbon on the solar project. It will produce about half of our electricity that we use on a yearly basis. to do the other half, we'd have to expand on the ground. We don't want to do that. We just want it up there where nobody can see, and it just cranks it out. And that's an effort to be green, but all our green things have to make economic sense. And one of the main reasons why we decided to invest $150,000 into this program was because the innovative programs that the Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank has brought to light. And it's through the CPACE program is the reason why we did this installation. And I want to thank you guys for being innovative, to being leading edge, and keep that program going, because we're doing another one in Westerly before the end of the year. But the thing that put it over the top, when you look at the dollars and cents, was Commerce Corporation is now thinking out of the box, and they've got some incentive programs to incent the property owner to invest $150,000 and make the economic sense to do it. And it makes a hard business decision, even with the CPACE program, it makes it a slam dunk. You'd be stupid not to do one. And I'm here to say to all the other businesses, either in SK or in the state, you need to look at it and you need to invest now, because we're not tying up our capital, we're not personally guaranteeing it. It frees up our cash flow so we can invest in new vans, more employees, and grow. And that's where we want to invest our money, but we can still be green and still be economically viable. And thank you for coming down. I'm done now. All right? But you need to know those are key programs from 2 state agencies, and I'm proud to say that those are what put us over the top. Thank you.
So Larry said it all, so Jeff and I don't need to say anything anymore. But let me just start by recognizing Larry and by commending him. I mean, this is going above and beyond. It may make sense, it may seem obvious, but you have to really be committed to making smart business decisions and smart environmental decisions in order to accomplish all the things that he's talked about. Small businesses like this one are the backbone of Rhode Island's economy, all right? More than 90% of the businesses in Rhode Island are small businesses. About half of all workers in Rhode Island work for small businesses. And my goal as treasurer, the team from Commerce, our goal is to make it easier for these guys to do their jobs, right? Make it easier for them to expand their businesses, hire more people, be successful, because that is how we make this economic recovery continue. And we know that for many small businesses, one of the big challenges is the high cost of energy. That's why we started the CPACE program, to help small businesses manage the cost of energy. And that's true across a number of different sectors. We were visiting a manufacturing company in Westerly a couple months ago that had taken advantage of the CPACE program. Manufacturing uses a lot of energy, but dry cleaning uses a lot of energy too, and a lot of people don't realize the numbers are actually staggering. And so this makes all the sense in the world. It makes all the sense in the world that we come together as a state to help our small businesses like Pier Cleaners manage their energy costs. This is money that they are going to save, that they can reinvest into growing the business, and that's why we're here. So I want to recognize a couple of people, Larry and all of the folks at Pier Cleaners, for their commitment. It's never an easy thing to be one of the early adopters, right? So how many CPACE deals have we closed now? About half a dozen? Yeah. So you're one of the first. This is a new program. It's never easy to be one of the first, so thank you for being an early adopter, being a pioneer. I want to recognize Jeff Deal, Mike Baer, and the whole team from the Infrastructure Bank. They're the ones who actually make this happen. We came together 3 years ago, put in legislation to start the CPACE program in Rhode Island, And these guys have done an incredible job with the implementation, getting this very important and beneficial but complicated program off the ground, and I want to thank Jeff and his whole team for that. This would not have been possible without the partnership of the Commerce Corporation. And I know Bill Ash and Meredith Curran are here. Thank you guys for being great partners to the Infrastructure Bank and to small business in Rhode Island. And then finally, in order for CPACE to work, the local city and town councils have to pass ordinances in order to put the legal structure in place for CPACE to operate. South Kingstown was one of the first communities in Rhode Island to opt in to the CPACE program. So to all the members of the council who are here, the town administration, thank you for making South Kingstown one of the leaders for CPACE. It's a good thing for the environment, it's a good thing for the economy. We should be supporting small businesses, and this is just the beginning of many, many more announcements like this to come. So thank you, everybody. It's been a team effort, but it's great to see Rhode Island as a state coming together to support our small businesses, because at the end of the day, that is the identity of the Rhode Island economy, and it always will be. So thank you very much, everybody.
I'm actually a customer, so hopefully it looks
Who
good.
knew? We didn't know.
So yeah, when I moved here a little less to East Greenwich, a little less than 2 years ago, we chose Pier Cleaners as our cleaner, and we think they do a great job. I didn't hear anything about recycling hangers. I hope you do, because
Oh, yeah.
I return
Oh, yeah.
we
You
return all our
return
hangers
them,
in
we
the
get 'em.
bag, because that bag is great. But anyways, no, we're really happy to do this project. I also want to give a shout out to SRS, our partner in administering commercial PACE program, and Freedom National, who actually provided the capital. And again, this is a program that the Infrastructure Bank, we don't lend. We bring a number of financial providers together and can create, you know, I'm sure the finance providers don't like to hear me say this, but a competitive situation, drive the cost down for users like Larry, and you know, we've done